So this is Diesel for We the People News. Now, this is kind of a religious deal, but look around that. Because we want to look at the cause and effect of things that's going around us. Alright, I'm not an attorney, don't care to be an attorney. But when I say look straight forward, or never look straight forward, always look around you because the outside forces may want to commit harm upon you. Well, this kind of brings it into mind what I'm talking about, right? Again, I just don't look straight forward. So whether this is a religious thing, whether it's not a religious thing, I keep my eyes open on everything and check out what's the cause and effect of everybody's actions out there, and who's more willing to cause me harm out there. Believe it or not, there is forces out there that wants to commit harm upon anybody, anywhere, anytime, and it don't matter on sex or religion. Again, I'm not an attorney, but I will say, just don't look straight forward at this. Kind of look at the whole circle around it. Alright? Here we go.
From Alberta, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, a Baptist pastor was arrested. And so the story says the Baptist pastor in Calgary, Alberta was arrested a second time Monday, so 2 days ago, after a police helicopter discovered where his church had been secretly gathering since authorities locked their building. Quote, a police helicopter was deployed to search for and detect this gathering and to collect evidence against Pastor Stevens of non-compliance with public health restrictions, end quote. Doug, the police sent a helicopter out to investigate this church.
Yeah, the pastor had a church outside.
Outside?
They needed surveillance to find out where they were with a helicopter. That's pretty,
No, we'll pause there for a second. We need to realize they're talking about Canada, and maybe they haven't had a helicopter thing in the United States. Maybe they have. Don't know. The cause and effect of the rest of this action has happened here in the United States.
excessive, I would say.
Okay, hello Canada. Let's see, where am I at here? I'm just blown away by that. Stevens was in prison before in May until his legal counsel argued that the court order under which he had been arrested did not apply to him. After first claiming in a press release that the illegal service had been held inside the locked church building, Calgary Police Service and Alberta Health Services issued a correction stating that the gathering was outside but still failed to comply with current COVID-19 restriction. Pastor Tim Stevens of Fairview Baptist Church debated the legal and theological grounds of Alberta's public health orders with the arresting officer. According to exclusive footage of the incident recorded by Rebel News, officers showed up at Stevens' home to arrest him for allegedly violating a court order by leading an outdoor church service with hundreds of other Christians on June 6th. Now, we happen to have footage available for you on this arrest, and we felt like it was critical that you see this. So take a look at this video of the arrest.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
So that's what they're under arrest for.
I'm not going to speak to them, okay?
In Canada.
Okay.
It's only Alberta that could... My daddy.
No, we did not add crying sound effects to that. We didn't add anything to it. It's straight from Rebel News. You see the pastor being arrested there, his children in the background crying because their dad is being put in the back of a police car behind the bars in the window. That was a pastor who held a church service outside being arrested for that action because of public health safety.
Yeah. I'm hoping I have righteous anger when I get upset over stuff like this, man, because this makes me angry to see that happen. For one thing, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and to hear your baby's crying because you're being arrested. He's being arrested for holding a church service. I don't know if we can just reiterate that enough to really sink in and let people understand. All he was doing was having a church service outside, okay? And he's being arrested for it. It was so important to the police department to find this out that they used the resources of a surveillance helicopter base. Can you think of the cost that must have cost to fly a helicopter around and find out where they are out in the middle of the woods having a church service?
I am stunned.
Yeah.
I am stunned to think about that. Yeah, the cost. That when you brought this up, you were pretty heated when we.
Okay, so things like this is when we know, no matter what country you're in, the government's out of control. And just my opinion, they need a good old-fashioned spanking. You know, they need to be put back in place, especially here in the United States. You know, England actually has Roman civil law, which is tied into Canada. So Canada has Roman civil law. And the United States has Roman civil law. So these laws that we just watched in Canada, we actually have the same laws. Thanks to the attorney bringing it in from England. And, you know, it's just one of them things that we need to really wrap around our heads, because we keep on saying constitutional rights when we're not even in the right jurisdiction for the Constitution. We're under the impression we're in the right jurisdiction. Because, you know, the attorneys and judges plain out bluntly lie to us of what jurisdiction we're actually under. Anytime you hear civil law, it's Roman civil law, which into the effect of Roman thinking, right? And this is the thinking. If you are fool enough to not know your rights, then we are going to take your rights. You know, it's just saying, basically, if you're too ignorant to know what's going on, that's on you. Let me try to clear that up a little bit, even though it's no big deal. Apologize. Yeah, this phone, I tell you what, don't get an LG. Oh my goodness. Don't snap back like it's supposed to. Anyway, I'm gonna just leave it blurry because I'm just yapping. It's just one of them things that we really had to kind of be dumbfounded on. And I'm not saying to look at this because it's, if they're doing this to religious people, they're going to do it to anybody. I'm saying they're going to do this to anybody. Alright? Because we're under the illusion of Constitution when we're under civil Roman laws. And this is the reason why you can go on YouTube and watch, you know, Cop Watch up in Canada and England and Australia. Pay attention to the videos. They have the same laws as we do. Right? So, this is the cause and effect. If we keep letting them slide, they're not going to release power. They're going to grab more. Look what's happening on today, I don't care who's the president. Both sides have been taking advantage of us. And the Supreme Court is no better. They're not in Article 3 courts. They've been, anytime it's codes and statutes and all that, it's Roman civil law. So when the Supreme Court says, on the 28-C, UFC, this, that, here, and there, it's a freaking code. They're telling you plain out. We are telling you right in your face, and we're rubbing it in your face that we are civil law Supreme Court. Alright, y'all. This is Decent for We the People. Bye, y'all.